Everyone knows the common season 1 of every shonen anime, right? You take your average boy, throw him into a world he is yet to be a part of, grab a ton of quirky characters to serve as his friends, and then teach him the power system of the world, and in doing so teach us, the viewers. But then he has some special power or something that makes him stronger than everyone else, and there's some hinting at future plot reveals as to why his power is part of a wider conspiracy, where their world's thing is. This is common, and this is what some might call trash. Just as Riddle's ability is to pull out the highest potential of any piece of trash that he wants, this anime managed to pull a ton of potential out of the shonen battle anime sphere. So let me explain how Gachiakuta, while containing the final goal of being the best or number 1 and whatever, why Gachiakuta isn't your average shonen. So the world. In most cases, the world's shonen battle anime are one of two things. Some variation of Japan or the past, plus a little bit extra on the side. My hero is Japan with powers, same with Fire Force. And stuff like Black Clover or Demon Slayer is the past, but with demons. Now there are a few that do break this rule, and those are usually pretty good, or at the very least interesting. Like One Piece. Its entire world has little to nothing to do with ours, past or not. And as for Gachiakuta, it is the future instead of the past. I say that kind of jokingly. It's like a post-apocalyptic future that you've only really seen in something like Fallout, but without the nuclear fallout, and instead, trash has a mind of its own. And the world itself became a giant dumping ground for trash. It's a world of garbage. And because of this trash-filled world, the anime is pretty well stylized for what it is. And yes, I do consider stylization a part of the world because all of this graffiti and the way the buildings are all dilapidated is 100% part of this world. Characters are important in any story, and the main characters especially. They're a part of the group that the main characters in, and they're friends because of that. Just like Naruto with his classmates and Kaiju number 8 with his squadron. But examples like these are static, a smallish group of friends who get added to once in a while to spice things up. But others do it differently, like a Black Clover. Their group is big enough that it's easier to cycle in and out characters, while letting them all be main characters. Yeah, keep a few specifically together as the main characters. We see this as well in Gachiakuta with the Cleaners. We know that they're a pretty dang big organization, so they can move around some of their characters from an already established large group with ease and without it feeling too forced. Power systems. Every shonen battle anime has a power system of their own, but in general they can be summed down to each character having an ability unique to them, and they fight. But usually there's a limiting factor to who can have an ability. Not everyone can have a quirk, and not everyone gets a stand. But for Gachiakuta, anyone can be a getter. As long as one cares for an object long enough, they can have a special power in the world. And I think that's great. Top that up with the fact that any item can become a vital instrument as long as it's cared for, it gets even better, because it shows us how the people who care for the object see the value in them. The stronger you are means the better the item and the more care was given. Plus, with the variety of, things, the amount of different possibilities are endless. And speaking of using a ton of items, Vita, the main character's ability is to use a ton of items. In most shonen animes, the characters have a special ability or something different about them that makes them stronger than the rest. But sometimes it's pretty limited, like Kaiju number 8. Kafka's only difference is that he can become a kaiju, that's it. And this is true unless the mangaka creates a different form, which deviates from their original different and makes them even more OP, i.e. Dragon Ball with all of Goku's forms. But in Gachiakuta, Riddle's innate ability and difference is his ability to use multiple different items, giving him so much variety in battle style and weapons from one character alone. And because every time he uses an item it turns into ash, we won't be getting too many repetitive battles. And yes, I know that a lot of fun from battle anime is limited abilities and getting to see what the character comes up with those limitations placed on them, but I still enjoy the variety. In shonen anime, there is always some grandeur plot going on that the main character gets roped into once they get their specialty. My Hero Academia has All Might and One for All, Black Clover has Demons, JoJo has Dio, and for Gachiakuta they have a set of things. There was once this guy who had a set of stuff, and then those items got given to others, making everyone with those items extra strong. And Ruto's gloves, his vital instruments, are one. This is all we know so far. Obviously, I'm not gonna spoil what happens in the manga yet. I'm just covering the anime. Now, goals in these type of anime are usually becoming number one in whatever the world values, and then shifting into ending the wider conspiracy I talked about in the last section. My Hero Academia has number one hero to defeat All for One, and One Piece goes from becoming king of the pirates to stopping the Greens from world control and becoming king of the pirates. Now, I can't fully speak for this one yet, the wider conspiracy still is building, but Bruto's not aiming to be number one, and instead beat up all the people who threw him out. He was in the sphere and got tossed down unjustly, and now he wants to get back up and show everyone what's up. Could his goal change to dismantling the wider conspiracy? Yes, but at least his first goal of kicking ass is an average. And yeah, that's kind of it. I don't know. I wanted to try to make videos on anime I'd call must-watches of the season, and Gachiakuta definitely is one. But I find it extremely difficult to make videos on must-watches or anime like this because what am I supposed to talk about? It's all good. So this was just my best attempt. It all ended up being just me talking about what makes a shonen anime and how Gachiakuta takes the best parts across the shonen battle anime genre and then puts them all together into one anime. That's about it. I'm Ainoi, and bye-bye.